Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Deb with Harmony Hollow. And I'm going to be painting today for you. So first and foremost, I want to apologize for my cold that I'll be sniffing. I don't mean to sniff, but I'm going to be sniffing at you. A little update on what's been going on. So you remember when I talked to you here last week about my cousin Karen? We started this idea together with these reborns, and she just wasn't able to continue with it because of life, and she's a state away. Well, she's been following me on YouTube and saying, oh gosh, I miss it so much. And I called her, I said, Karen, it's paint. She says, oh gosh, it takes up so much of my table and it's so hard to get going, and I just miss it though. And she was a really good painter. And I told her, well, look, I got shows coming up. You are welcome to come up here, but traveling is hard for her. It's easier for me because I'm not married and I don't have to worry about making plans for anything. My dogs are taken care of and all that stuff. So I said, why don't you see if we could get into the summer show that we did together when we first started, and I'll just come down and we'll do it together. We'll split the cost of the booth, which is very inexpensive, and she's in California, and we'll get to going. So she pondered for about 15 minutes and called me back and said, I'm going to start painting. I said, okay, that's my girl. You just paint. So I'm sending her some dolls so she doesn't have to go through all the expense of getting started back up again, because I have tons of stuff. So, and she had given me all her stuff when she stopped, and a lot of that paint has to be replaced now, but I still have a lot of duplicates. So I'm sending her duplicate paints back, and I'm sending her some babies to get started with. And so, yeah, she's going to start painting. I'm so glad. And then we'll just do shows. I'll just go down once or twice a year, and we'll do a show together and help her build her brand down there. And maybe I could talk her into coming up here and doing a show with me. That would be so fun. So I'll be going down to California in May for a show. And I think it's the 12th, I'm thinking, probably right around Mother's Day, which is an awesome time to have these babies out. So I'm looking forward to that. And welcome back, Karen. I'm so glad you're going to be painting again. Oh, sounded like a little witch person there for a second. I got the nose too. The witch nose. Anyway, today what I'm going to do, I'm going to get back to my babies. They've had good 4 days to really cure, and the weather has been real foggy up here lately, so it keeps the air not as dry as I like. And when I had that trouble with that first baby, when his paint started rolling, none of the other ones did it, but that one, it made me really nervous, so I wanted to make him cure for a good couple of days. So I'll show you this little baby. This is the one that the paint rolled the last time. So I was finally able to get some skin tone back on here and stop that yellow from popping through. So I think he's going to be fine from here on out. But it made me very nervous, to say the least. So I did work on his lips a little bit. Got his mouth starting to go back again with some shadowing. This little one is ready to go. I worked on his mouth a little bit. My little girl with the blue eyes, I worked on her mouth. I love her smile. She's just got such a cute little smile. And my little worried baby, a little furrowed brow, worried, so worried. I worked on his mouth a little bit. His face is really changing from what he looked like to start with as the layers are coming up. He doesn't look like an alien anymore. I was very concerned about him for a minute. So today I'm actually going to start mottling. And mottling, for those who don't know, is when you, let me show you the sponges again. So these sponges, I pull out little holes in them, see? And when you put these colors, different colors on, light, it starts giving even more layers of textures and capillaries and veining coming through. Now, you don't do it so much on the bigger babies, the 3 to 6 month, almost toddler size, because they just don't usually have them. But the little ones, the newborn ones, the month-old ones, size babies, they will have it and make it look a little bit more realistic. So first thing I'm going to do is start with my pink paint, my pink, yellow, red. It's hard when you have conversations with yourself and you still don't know what you're talking about. Just saying, throwing and get out there. So I'm going to do just 1 drop of the red. And I am using the Apple Barrel Cadmium Cardinal Red. And I'm using 1 drop. You have to watch this stuff. You don't want this on your hand because it will show up in places you're not expecting. Of the cadmium red, I'm going to do 1 drop of that with it. They're just a little different colors, but together they make a real nice combination. I'm going to sneeze now. Excuse me.